In this video, I'm going to do a Canva design challenge. One of the things I want to do more of is to stretch myself creatively and to even use Canva even more. And you're going to see all of that in this video. I don't know what I'm going to design yet, but trust me, it's going to be something good and something that you can use to help you to build your online presence. If you're new to this channel, I am Carey and I'm a graphic designer based in Kingston, Jamaica, and I am most popularly known for my knowledge and skills in Canva. I'm also a trusted Canva ambassador, and I love to talk about everything Canva, and I'm just really excited about just exploring Canva a bit more than I usually do, and as I said, to stretch my creative side. So yeah, keep watching. So Canva started this whole design challenge, and I only have ever participated in one where I designed an Apple cover. It was like a Canva Apple Music playlist cover that I participated in. I wasn't selected, but it was a challenge that I really enjoyed, and after doing that challenge I was like, you know what, I should definitely do more Canva design challenges. So I am now going on the website to look at some of the previous design challenges, and I'm going to choose something from there. I haven't been seeing any like sent out of late. I think the last one was in December, so I'm just like scrolling through looking for a challenge. Right, so this is the one that I did, which was in November, and I enjoyed it so much. No, I am choosing, I could go ahead and choose, what would I say, like one of those easy, right, easy, because it would be easy for me to do challenges. I am not seeing it here, so what I'm gonna do, oh, okay, there is a challenge actually that was sent out in February, and this one says visualize your projects using process diagram. Want to streamline your team's operations, boost your workflow with a process diagram poster, add step-by-step instructions, useful data points, or any visuals to help you succeed. Share your poster with us so you can win a camera pack. All right, so we're not doing all of that, but I'm going to do the design challenge, and this my friends is a challenge because process diagrams, I am not that girl who normally do like diagrams or anything, so I know this will be a challenge, but I have my trusted Canva notebook, I have my trusted pencil, and I'm gonna do this design challenge. So let's jump into it. So first I just want to understand exactly what is being requested, and I'm just gonna take some notes, do a little creative brainstorming, and then we're gonna dive right into this challenge. Like I said, I have my trusted notebook here, and one of the things that I'm understanding so far from the process diagram is simply like creating a poster that outlines the workflow for probably a system, operations, whatever it is. So now it's for me to just think about what our system operations is going to be and to create a poster. So here's the brainstorming. All right. So here's the first one. I have three ideas. So I have the first one is a live good employee manifesto. So I was just thinking about, just some fun ways how employees can just live good. Probably look out for each other. Invite your employee for your coworker for lunch, that kind of stuff. I thought that would be cool because I'm like a girl who's big on employee engagement and just good vibes, right? And then two, because I started to think if I'm going to do something to help persons to build their online presence or just to reach and that kind of thing, why not do something like a process to help persons to build their online presence, right? So I'm thinking about it, like if I should onboard like an intern or get an assistant, this would be a really good process diagram that can help that intern, but this is also a great process diagram that can also help entrepreneurs who want to do it on their own, right? So if you're like a DIY kind of entrepreneur, yeah, these two ideas I want to give could help. And the first one is how to grow your online presence, right? And that's like a process diagram. So I'll show you like, okay, step one, do this, step two, do this, step three, do this, right? And then idea number three is how to create social media template for a brand. Now, this one is another idea that I think would be helpful for if you're onboarding somebody. And so this would be good for like social media managers, graphic designers kind of thing. It would be good for me as well. Or if, for instance, I want to share this process diagram with an entrepreneur who's working with me, um, or, or I'd give them this like as a, I call it like a go-to guide, so it's a process diagram, how to create social media template for a brand. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go with idea number three. So let's go. So what I'm going to do is to choose a poster template, or just to start with, well, a blank canvas for a poster. And then this poster is something that can be transformed into a PDF. So keep sticking around to see what type of magic I'll be working. Recently learned about Save It, and it's like one of those platforms that you can use for inspiration, and it's great for entrepreneurs, not entrepreneurs, creatives, anybody at all. It's like Pinterest for creatives, right? And I got this as from a real good plug, right? Alright, so I'm gonna look at like some color schemes and stuff and just explore how I could do this process diagram. And one of the things I'm going to do is just to save what the ideas that I'm liking, the colors, the fonts, and yeah. One of the things I want to do is to kind of make it like instantly. I think in process I seen orange in mind, and I think in like one of those really simple. Oh, so orange is here. I like this color. So I like the orange with a little hint of yellows and greens. And I'm going to save it. Right. And one of the things you do, like once you find a particular color, you can search more along those lines. I like this type of font as well, so I'm going to save this. And I like this idea for a process in some weird way. I like this, like I want to do something. Okay, so let me kind of tell you what my idea is. So typically I design like I take a naturally a very minimalistic approach to my designs with like pops of color and fonts, right, which is totally cool. But one of the things I want to do for this one is to use the colors and fonts to stand out, but also use probably interesting shapes. So I'm gonna try this one, and I think I'm gonna use probably like an infographic style with some arrows and stuff. And let me tell you, as like I said, I want to stretch myself. I really want to stretch myself here. So let's see. It's either gonna be a hit or a miss, but either way you take it, it's gonna be good, right? Either way you take it, it's gonna be good, because I'm like learning in the process to stretch myself a little bit more than I usually do. And I'm like literally showing you like typically I would do this behind the scenes, and I'm like, let me just turn on the camera and show you guys. All right, so let me just see. I'm gonna go to my profile and look at some other things I like. Right, so I'm liking the oranges, the reds here with a little pop of neon, and I think I have an idea of what I want the flow to be like for that flow chart, right? And you can see that in previous designs I was just loving like reds and oranges and all of those things. Alright, so I don't think I've nailed down a design concept in terms of how I want the structure, but I know the colors for sure. I know the font style, and I have an idea of the shapes I'm going to use, right? So I'm trying my best not to overthink it, because I know I tend to do that sometimes. Now that I have the basic concept of this design, I am jumping in, creating that brand kit, grabbing my color codes from Save It, which is, like I said, a really great tool to utilize. And I am going to utilize these colors to create the poster. Remember, I'm designing a poster here. And I've just selected all my fonts, selected all my colors that I'm going to utilize to make the design process much easier. The brand kit is a go-to. I can create unlimited brand kits once I have Canva Pro. So if you don't have Canva Pro, you can consider getting it just for that purpose, right? So now I have set the foundation, I have my text ready, and like I said, I'm creating a social media template design guidelines poster in the style which should be a process diagram. In the beginning, I was a little shaky, I would say, because I was kind of like going back and forth in my mind. Am I okay with the concept? I'm okay with just the design idea I have in mind. Yeah, I was a little shaky in the beginning, but you'll see how it really come together in the end. So excited that I decided to start doing Canva design challenges. Like I said, it's just a way for me to stretch myself creatively. And this one stretched me, but not as creatively as I hoped I would have challenged myself. You get that? Yeah. Here's the thing, midway throughout the challenge, my mind or just a creative idea shifted. And I was like, what may I do? Me not do the thing or how I envision to do it. Because I realized I started thinking like, oh, the camera is on, I need to do this and I need to do that. So what I'm going to do next time is to design like no one is watching. That makes sense, right? Yeah. Design is good, right? But what I could have done is to include some arrows. And personally, because I know what I can do, this feels safe because I could have done this same design without a challenge. So, if I'm going to be honest, I never really challenged myself. It's just that I was working against the clock. And I didn't need to work against the clock because no one was watching me. No one was timing me. The only difference is the camera was just on. So I don't know why I put that pressure on myself to rush through the design versus just taking my time, thinking about it, and just do the design. I don't know what happened to me midway throughout this challenge, honestly. Yeah. So I would give myself a 5. I would definitely give myself a 5. But next time, I'll come back better. So this is the final design. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So let me know, what do you like it? Do you think I achieved the objective? Just to remind you, the objective was to create a process or operation flow that would make it simpler and easier for a team to execute a task. And the idea I chose was to create create a guide or a process flow to create a social media brand template. And I wasn't very specific, but it's specifically using Canva. No, I went in, did this design. If you guys have any ideas on like, hey, I think you should have done this differently, or there's something I think you should have done that or there's something I was looking for that you didn't include, I'd love to hear. But yeah, this was just my design concept. I mean, I like it, but if I'm gonna be very honest and transparent, I don't love it, right? But it was just a challenge for me in terms of thinking about creating a flow, and one of the things I'll be doing more of is to quite possibly create like infographics and stuff with flows and that kind of thing. But all in all, it was a good challenge, I would say. I brought out a lot of my skill sets and stuff like that. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this in terms of me designing or creating different graphics based on challenges, let me know. And if there is something that you saw me do that you're like, how did you do that in Canva, just drop a comment below and I'll jump on and show you how to do that. So thank you for joining me on my first Canva design challenge, where I took you behind the scenes of me selecting a challenge that would stretch me creatively and even stretch my design skills in terms of me using Canva, as well as just, doing something different. So, yeah, if you want more videos like this, definitely I want you to comment below. Let me know something that you'd love to see me design. And I want your feedback. Did you like this? Is there something you'd like to see me do differently? I'd love to hear. All right.